All right, what is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So the fine folks at FIFINE or FIFINE, I hope I'm saying the name of your company correctly, send me over this AmpliGame H9 gaming headset. They say, hey Ray, we've seen your content, we've seen your videos, we want to see what your thoughts are on this headset. They also gave me an affiliate link, which is pretty dope. You can check it out in the description below if you want to get a discount and help your boy out. So they just sent it to me. I have it here in the studio. We're going to do an unboxing, and I'm also going to give you my first impressions of the audio quality as well as the microphone, because I'm pretty sure if a lot of you are clicking on this video, you guys may want to know, hey man, how does it stand up against $200, $250, $300 gaming headsets? Every price point has its pros and cons. We're going to open this headset up. We're going to check it out. I'm going to try it in the games I normally play, like Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, Ark Raiders, Battlefield 6. And I'm going to give you my honest impressions as well as the build quality. I'm also going to divide this video into chapters if you want to skip along to certain parts. I say stick around because, you want to see what the packaging comes with, and you want to get my first impressions on the build quality. And then, of course, my thoughts on the actual quality in the game. And we're going to do a mic test too towards the end of the video, where you're going to see the difference between hearing me on this mic that's fully EQ'd, the Elgato Wave mic, and which is not sponsored, and the mic that comes with the H9 gaming headset. And the fact that it's detachable is pretty cool because, since I'm using this mic, I may not utilize that mic, but I do have that option. Not to mention that you can use this also on all your gaming peripherals. So if you have a PS Portal, you have a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox, a PC, a PlayStation, it doesn't matter. Maybe you just want to listen to some music on your laptop or you're editing, you might want to use this headset. So let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Let's unbox it, and let me give you my first impressions on the H9 gaming headset by FIFINE. Hope I said that right. Let's go. All right, here we have it. We have our AmpliGame H9 wired gaming headset in the studio by FIFINE here. And as you can see, it's a 7.1 virtual surround sound gaming headset. And at the bottom of the packaging, you can see that it is compatible with both Windows and Mac, as well as any gaming peripheral that you may have, such as a PlayStation, an Xbox, a PS Portal, a Nintendo Switch, as long as you have an USB-A input or a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And that's a pretty cool feature about this one here, because I believe their other model that does have the RGB on it, you can only utilize it with a USB-A input. So that kind of limits you. But this one here, you have the dual option, which I think is pretty cool. Once again, thank you guys over there for sending me this over. And now we're going to look at the side of the packaging, some of the features of this headset. You have a detachable microphone, an adjustable headband, as well as a comfortable soft headband material, and those cozy earmuffs, of course, for your long gaming sessions. Those days that you spend either 5, 6, 7 hours and you have your headset on, it's definitely crucial that you have a comfortable, lightweight headset, especially with all the ones I've utilized, for long periods of time. You want to make sure that you get something that's comfortable. On the other side here, this is the handy inline control. It's a USB inline control that you can utilize on PC, Mac, PS4, 5, Xbox, or anything that has a USB-A input. And with this, you're going to be able to individually control the headset as well as the microphone. And you're going to connect it with the 3.5 millimeter connector. You don't have to utilize this, but if you want to use these features, you're going to want to plug this into your headset. So now it's time to unbox this. Let's see what comes inside, and let's get going with this unboxing of the H9 wired gaming headset. Okay, so upon opening the box, the first thing you're going to get, of course, along with any type of gadget, as long as you have a legit item, you're going to get your user's guide, which you're going to be able to utilize to reference how to use the controls on the inline USB control. And of course, how to adjust, attach the microphone, all the things you need, either a point of reference for on this headset. For the most part, I think it's pretty straightforward. I'm not technically going to read all this, so we're going to put this to the side, and we're going to get straight into unpackaging everything that's inside the box. And I think there's only really two things, to be quite honest. It's going to be the box, which I can only assume is the USB inline control that we're going to take on out right now. And then, of course, the headset itself. So you can see that the packaging is pretty straightforward. Opening up this first box, once again, like I said, it is the USB inline control as well as the detachable microphone. Check this out, nice braided cable. And this is the control that you're gonna connect the headset using the included 3.5 millimeter cable. In the middle, you have your 7.1 surround sound button that we're gonna test on later, and individual volume controls for both your headset and your microphone. On the other end, you have a USB-A output. So if you have a PC, a Mac, PlayStation, or anything that has a USB-A input, you're going to be able to connect this to utilize the control to control the volume. And as you can see here, it does come with a USB braided cable. Shout out to the team for this one, because typically anything within this price point is usually some flimsy, cheap cable. They spared no expense. And we also have our detachable microphone here that is adjustable. And I like the fact that it is detachable. It has a 3.5 millimeter plug that you're going to use to plug it into the headset. I personally use an external mic, the Elgato Wave mic, but having the ability to remove or attach the mic is a big plus. Now let's take out the headset from the box. I opted in for the all black color. They also have it in white and pink, but my color of preference was all black. It right off the gate feels very lightweight, has like a sturdy plastic feel to it. You have this little smiley face icon on the left and right, giving it some sort of personality and character. And then, of course, the R and L for left and right. And on the top, you have the FIFINE logo on the headband. And the headband is kind of like that faux leather. I guess I'm saying that correctly. It's not like actual 100% leather or premium leather. But once again, for under $50, you cannot complain. The headset itself does feel very lightweight. So we're going to put this down for a second, and we're going to get ready to attach the microphone to it so you guys can see. Here's an overhead shot of the headset itself. Once again, fits perfect with the color scheme that I got going on here in the studio. So let's pick this right back up and let's get that detachable mic onto the headset. You're going to see here with that 3.5 millimeter jack. Easy does it. You can just plug it right in. There you go. And it's fully adjustable for your liking. And I'm a huge fan of headsets that have detachable mics. This way you don't have to like move it out of the way, or, it pretty much gets in your way half the time. So that's a good plus here. And of course, once again, you have a braided cable. This is your 3.5 millimeter audio cable. It's a braided cable that you're going to attach to your inline USB control here. So you're going to be able to control, once again, the volume for both the headset and the mic. And then on the other end, you have your USB-A output that you're going to plug into your system, whichever that one might be. Like I said, you can detach this and use it just directly. Oh, it also does have this little cool clip. So you want to clip it to your shirt, that's fine. But me personally, I'm going to be utilizing the 3.5 millimeter jack directly into the Elgato Wave mic. But we're going to do different sound tests so you can see the difference. But I think it's crucial to know that you do have a 3.5 millimeter option here, of course, for your Nintendo Switch, PS Portal, or any system or anything that only requires or can only really use a 3.5 millimeter jack. So you don't have to use this, but definitely if you want to control the audio for the headset and the mic, you're going to want to connect this control here, because, sometimes you have to have versatility in order to control the different type of settings. And here we go. Once again, like I said, I think this H9 headset is very well built. I like the fact that they put the R and the L inside of the ear cups so that you know which is your left ear and your right ear. I guess people nowadays still have trouble finding. You have some aluminum reinforcements here to adjust the headband, which once again, the build quality for the price point is amazing. Like I said, it feels very lightweight in the hands, which is going to be a big plus, for long gaming sessions. It has like a sturdy plastic feel to it. That's the best way I can possibly explain how these, headsets feel. Like I said, it's not bad for under $50, and with my affiliate link, you can get a discount. I'm gonna be honest, man. It's almost a no-brainer. These are one of the headsets you're gonna want to pick up, especially for gaming, or maybe even just listening to music on your laptop, on your tablet, anything that has that 3.5 millimeter jack, or if you get a dongle or an adapter. The aluminum reinforcements here, the lightweight feel to the all black color. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna be quite honest. I've never purchased any headsets under $50, but this one right here, not gonna lie to you, I may pick another one up. I know this one here was sent to me by the team, but whenever this one runs its course, I think I'm going to pick another one up just because I'm a big fan of the build quality. And you just can't beat the price, guys. This is crazy. This is an H9 gaming headset here by FIFINE. I think we're going to have to jump into some games and check it out and see how the audio quality sounds, which is probably the most important part. And we're also going to do a microphone check, so stay tuned for that one. All right, so the first game I decided to jump into was Fortnite, one of my main games here along Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Marvel Rivals. But at least with this game, since it seems to be a very popular game, I'm going to be quite honest with you, the audio quality was very crisp and clean, and these are the best words I can use to describe it. It wasn't that bass heavy. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing, I'm not that big of a fan of headphones that sound heavy on bass, because I feel like they compensate for the clarity or the quality of sound. I like kind of like a nice balance between both. I think this headset here kind of has that right mix, that right balance for it. We're gonna try out the games in a few minutes, but right now I think for Fortnite within itself, it sounds great. Yes, I can hear sort of the difference in sound quality compared to my Audio Technicas, but once again, you're comparing headset that's under $50 to a headset that's over $200. I don't think you need it. Of course, if you're a gamer, if you're all in, if you got money like that, go for it. But if you're trying to, save some money and you want something that sounds great and is also comfortable, man, right off the gate, at least jumping into Fortnite on the first game, this headset, you can't beat it, man. You definitely can't beat it. I was beyond shocked for something under $50 that it sounds this clear. All right, so it's time for the audio comparison test for the microphone. So we're going to be attaching the mic to the H9 gaming headset, and I'm going to be doing a comparison between the microphone on the H9 and the one that I'm currently using, which is the Elgato Wave mic. So let's do it. Let's go. All right, here we go, guys. This is the mic comparison test between the Elgato Wave mic and the H9 mic. So just so you know, this mic here, I fully EQ'd it to my voice, so it sounds the way it does here in the video. Sounds the same way on stream and the same way that the other players hear me in their headset, where a lot of times people are like, wow, you must be using an extremely expensive microphone because it doesn't sound like a typical headset mic. So what you're hearing right now is the audio being filtered through the Elgato Wave mic with the compression and the EQs. And now we're going to get ready to switch on over to the headset mic here from the H9. All right, what you're hearing right now is the raw audio quality from the H9 gaming headset. Unfortunately, right now, while I'm recording this, I can't hear it myself, so I don't know what the difference is. Hopefully, you guys can distinguish it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a difference between an EQ'd mic versus, just a regular headset mic that has no compression, nothing done to it, no EQ. This is the beauty, though, about it. If you connect it to your Wave Link mic, or not Wave Link, the Wave mic, you're going to be able in the software to EQ it, compress it if you want to make it sound better. But this is how it's going to sound right out of the box with no EQs, no compression. If you just connect it directly using especially the USB inline control is the way I have it connected at the moment. But we're going to switch on over now back to the Wave mic so you can see the difference. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're back here. This is the Wave mic, the Elgato Wave mic that you're hearing. This one is EQ'd. This one does have a compression built onto it. If I take off if I take off all the settings, this is how it's going to sound. All right, so this is the raw audio from the Wave mic with no noise gate, no noise reduction, no EQs, no compression, nothing. This is how it sounds right out of the box as well. And you're going to hear the difference between this and now back to the H9 gaming headset microphone. All right, as you can see, now you can compare the difference between an EQ'd mic and then this USB mic straight out of the box, as well as the H9 gaming headset. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you think? Once again, remember, this is at least $100 or $120 to purchase. This, on the other hand, it's under $50 and you're getting a headset and a gaming mic. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? But my recommendation, if you compare these two, once again, you're under $200 for a very, very good mic with amazing software that you can EQ. And then, of course, this headset mic. Let me know in the comments. All right, so I decided to fire on up the 7.1 surround sound feature on the inline control and jumped into a match of Arc Raiders. I was toggling on and off the sound to see if there was a difference. And yes, there is a noticeable difference. You do get sort of a more fuller surround sound type of feel to it. Either way, the headset, clear audio, crisp, lacks a little bit of that in-your-face sub, bass oomph, I guess you can call it. But then again, if you're trying to compare $250, $300 premium gaming headsets to a one that is under $50, that's an unfair comparison. But hey man, I'm not gonna lie to you, if you're a gamer, if you just want nice crystal clear sound, and you don't need all that extra bass, go with these right here. The H9s are great for the price point. You can't beat them. And if you tend to beat up your headphones, why keep spending $250, $300 on headsets if you're just going to be breaking them, tossing them around? You can always order another one. Why not, right? So I definitely recommend them, especially if budget is something that you prioritize. I would say go with these, go with the H9s. I wouldn't really recommend the H13s, I believe they are, or the H12s. I think the H13s, because of the RGB, just because you're limited to the USB. I like the flexibility here of utilizing the 3.5 millimeter head jack or the actual control with the USB-A. But yeah, man, I definitely recommend the H9s. Now let me get back into this Arc Raiders game. And once again, thank you to the team out at FIFINE for sending me out the H9 gaming headset. Wow. Definitely bang for your buck. Caught me off guard for under $50 for this. The quality, the build, man, they definitely got some good products. I'm actually interested in checking out some of their other products, such as one of their microphones I've seen online. I think if you were to pair that one with this headset, yeah, man, you don't have to go out there and break the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to check this out. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Peace.